Alright, so this is ReCore. Came out a couple weeks ago, and I originally couldn't stream it because my Elgato was on the fritz, but we've replaced it, and so now I can actually show off this game a bit. I've played a couple hours of it already. I got through the first few levels, and now I've just unlocked my second robot companion. So I'm just at the beginning of the process of learning what this guy can do. The game overall, so far, it feels a lot like, kind of like the 90s, not 90s, it's not quite 90s, it's like early 2000s, sort of action platformer games that used to sort of be the staple of the industry, that have kind of gone away. You know, they've been, third-person shooters, you've got a few franchises that have stuck around, like Gears of War has got a new game coming out in just a week or two. But by and large, we sort of went through this phase where third-person shooters were everything, and I feel like we're kind of pulling back out of that a little bit. But this game is unabashedly an old-school third-person shooter platformer. It feels like it's from a bygone era, but they're basically using modern tech and modern sensibilities to kind of take this older genre and make it work. Like one of the first reactions I had to this game was the fact that I'm actually using a lock-on shooting system, which that's how back when they were first starting to figure out how to make Grand Theft Auto as a 3D action game, I think there wasn't a strong sense that people knew how to make shooting feel good with a controller back then. And so rather than, coming up, trying to solve that problem of controlling a cursor with a control stick, people would just use lock-on. The original Tomb Raider was that way. The original, Grand Theft Auto 3 was that way. And this game fits right into that. And what it does, it actually kind of has a similar effect on the game as the lack of aiming does in Seraph, which we've been playing a lot of lately. Where am I headed again? Up there. All right. It's got a similar effect to Seraph, which is, when aiming isn't your problem, you get to focus on other things. And so the game really becomes more about, choosing your targets, choosing your weapons, dodging to get out of the way of attacks. And by and large, it works pretty well. I'm trying to remember now what I'm actually trying to do with this guy. I think he's got some ability that lets him scramble up walls and things like that I can't do on my own. I've just got to try to remember what I was doing. Like, I haven't played this game in a couple of weeks, and so I've kind of forgotten what I was in the middle of. Oh, okay, I think I know where I am now. Well, I don't want to jump off that quite. I want to get up there. And I think to do that I need to climb up this building. I need to climb up the opposite side of this building. If this was an edited YouTube video, I would just jump to when I had run around this building. But unfortunately, we've just got to sort of watch it happen. Here we go. This is where I'm headed, over here. So I've been seeing these little tracks all over the map, not knowing what they were for, until I got this guy, and suddenly I've got this interaction. Get up here. Don't think I can do anything to this stuff. Holy crap.
We made it.
I didn't quite get all the stuff I wanted to get.
No way, Seth. You were great.
That seems like it's particularly difficult to get right. Hello. Oh, found a little guy.
This ought to be good.
All right. Got some robot pieces. What's up there? Where do I actually want to go? Up there? All right. Okay, this is going to be some interesting platforming. Oh, that knocks me off? I didn't know that! Okay, and now I'm... Oh, come on. Oh. I was just gonna wait. I thought that at some point that elevator was gonna move up. But I was incorrect about that. And now do I have to actually, like... I think I might have to go all the way back. I think that's what they're asking me to do here. All right. So, a lot like Seraph, I've got sort of limited use double jumps and dodges. It is interesting to me how similar this game is to Seraph in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously it is a very different kind of game, but by and large, actually, this game does a surprisingly good job of helping you, like, sort of find your way in 3D space. In most places, I feel like I can handle platforming challenges that seem unlikely.
Give me a lift.
What am I trying to do now, exactly? Come on. Oh, this is crazy.
I can barely see you guys on my crawler's cameras.
Yeah, I can barely see myself.
Hundreds of feet above the ground.
Where am I headed now exactly?
Don't worry, Seth. We got this.
But we're trying to get down there? I mean, is the intent just to fall? Or... I guess I can hit that thing, right? Maybe? I think I can hit that? I mean, I gotta try, right? That's the thing. Right here, I'm not exactly sure what they want me to do. Because I could try to just sort of... I don't think I can make that jump. I don't think that's a distance I can cover even if I'm falling this whole way. Hey there, Cot Jockey. Yeah, so this is not actually a widescreen webcam. This is two different webcams next to each other. And yeah, that's just kind of how I got it set up in here. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay, so is that still where I want to be? Is that... Okay, I'm here. Let's pick up some collectibles. So this game does impress me because there's a lot of cases where I look at a platforming challenge and I'm like, there's no way I can actually do this. You know, that's ridiculous. And it ends up being surprisingly achievable. I mean, they give you tons of air control. I think they've really kind of parceled out their platforms so that, you know, if you go in the right direction, the distances you naturally cover with your jumps just kind of work. All right, so I think I know what I need to do here.
That's the way, Seth. You did it.
Oh. That was crazy. Please be a teleportation station. Okay, it is. Hopefully it means I can get back to it later without having to go through all that mess.
Those evil robots in the movies we used to watch would always say, "Humans are imperfect and dangerous. They must be destroyed." But that makes no sense. I mean, the robots are imperfect too, right? Otherwise, why would they attack us? And what I mean is, perfection. It's the wrong goal. What really matters is balance. So, when I started to design the AI for the cores, I didn't try to make a single perfect intelligence.
Yeah, don't give me an audio log right before a loading screen. Come on. Yeah, the reason I decided to do the 2 webcam thing, well, partly it started because, you know, like when Brand and I used to just sit next to each other on a couch, we'd usually, like, especially if we had a guest, if we pulled the camera far enough back to capture all the people when we had a bunch of unnecessary headroom, and you were just so far away from our faces, wasn't really that great. So we ended up getting a second webcam so that we could, like, you know, put one person in one corner of the screen, another person in the other corner of the screen, and get really, you know, close into each other. Just close into each of us, and you know, you could actually sort of see our faces and see our expressions and things like that. So that worked better. And then once I started working on my own stream, I had the 2 cameras already set up for the other stream, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can.
You're looking for a device called the Core Analyzer.
Wonder if I can make this work.
I don't have access to the Foundry blueprints, but I'll do my best to guide you there.
Sounds good. Mac, Seth, let's go.
So I tried to make this work, and ended up working out well enough that, like, you know, I can have, you know, multiple. You can see this whole couch, get, you know, multiple people sitting across this thing, but we don't have to go as high up, you know, digging into the you know, the game screen in order to make it work. Hello. Can I? Nope, nothing there. Oh, hey there, Taylor. For some reason, Taylor and Kotjockey showed up with the same exact name color on my chat, which is unusual.
Over here, Seth.
So that pulling interaction, that's something they teach you that ends up being valuable in combat later on. Hello. Okay, well, that guy seems dangerous. Let's pull his core out.
Gotta do more damage.
So you try to pull as hard as you can, but when it turns red, you back off because your line's getting stressed. My inventory's full. Oh crap. What does that mean? What am I supposed to do about it? I've been set on fire.
Get him.
Alright, so my inventory's full of these cores. I need to figure out what I can do about that. I'm not actually sure. Okay, yeah, look at all these cores. Huh. Do I need to deposit these somewhere? Well, let's... Yeah, I don't want to lose any more stuff than I have to. Let's... Do I have to head back to the crawler in order to deposit these? To use them for something? So the red thing that I was just fighting is more of a... It's definitely not a boss. It's, you know, more of a lieutenant-y type guy. So do I need to go over here to my... Okay, so my inventory is going in. Does that include my cores? Yes. Alright, so apparently I need to come back to the crawler more often. So I don't lose... I probably lost those cores that I just extracted. Let's go to my workbench here. Alright, did I pick up any special body parts for Seth? Yeah, I haven't picked up anything that he can use. I've upgraded my dog a bunch, but not this guy. Looks like I can't. Core fusion. So yeah, so I think I can like take my cores and like put them in here to him, like feed them into his. I'm not sure exactly what this attack rating does, like why it's good, why I need it, what the number actually means, but it seems like it's getting bigger. And that seems like it's probably good, right? I just hold it down. I've got so much of this stuff, and I think this is the main thing I'm supposed to spend it on, and it takes so long to do it. Yeah, so I'm not certain what energy does. I can imagine what attack and defense are for. Maybe energy is about how often he can use his special abilities. It feels like I can get him maxed out here pretty easily. Got a lot of blue cores. So I've maxed him out. So, I mean, I could probably do this with all of his abilities, but do I want to? Taylor says the music reminds him of Halo, and yeah, no, I can feel that influence there too. This was published by Microsoft, you know, so we've got a lot of people with the same sensibilities looking at it. Oh, hey, Tamisk. Tamisk just joined us. All right, so I've leveled up Seth. Not certain how much I get from that, but we'll get back and see. Do I want to exit the crawler, or do I want to... Let's talk to this guy. So that was... Where was I exactly? I think was it here? Core Foundry? I think I was here. Yeah. I'm playing on the Xbox One right now. Caught Jockey asked. Which was why it's taken me so long to play this. You know, I was going to play it on release date, but because my Elgato wasn't working that day, I couldn't play it because, you know. Because I like to have my, you know, my fancy 2-camera setup here, and I can't do that, you know, with just a Kinect. So, much rather use the Elgato setup instead. All right, I'm back. Well, let's murder some spiders for no reason. Definitely. So this is where I was. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the cores that were lying on the ground were not saved. But the, oh, am I having this fight again? I feel like I'm doing worse against these guys. Oh, part of it is because I don't have an instant extract right now. You earn those by doing well over a long haul. And originally, I took the first one out with an instant. Oh, I can't. There we go, like that. I'm kind of glad I got to fight those guys again. Got that core that I'd missed out on.
This place looks wrecked.
So these are pretty classic old school levels. They've got collectibles stashed everywhere. They've got secrets. You got to be kind of clever with the use of your abilities or unlock later abilities and come back in order to find them all. Got a map somewhere. There we go. Yeah, I got a map where I can keep track of stuff I've discovered.
An empty
Hey there.
box socket.
Oh.
Little guy must be around here somewhere.
All right.
Hi, I'm in some kind of crush pit.
You're on the right track. Just have to get past the grinder.
Actually, I had found the little robot that goes in here outside earlier. I guess he doesn't follow me inside here. And I think I, like, fell down or died or something in between. Oh, hello. So there's this weird color matching thing. You know, you gotta, like, you decide whether you're using red ammo or blue ammo. Looks like you can't switch right now for some reason. But yeah, the colors of the enemies make a difference. I'm not a huge fan typically of color matching stuff because it feels kind of arbitrary. I prefer, you know, if you're gonna have like a rock, paper, scissors type thing, I prefer it to feel a little bit more natural. Like, you know, tanks, infantry, and air power, that kind of thing. So this floor is making me nervous. I don't know if I want to stand on it. Oh, so yeah, so this game is one of the first games to use. Oh,
Come with me.
wait, where? Where did I find you? Ah, this game is one of the first ones to use Microsoft's new, you know, system where you buy the game on one platform, and then you you buy the game on Xbox One, and then you also own it on Windows, for instance. Ow. Oh, I gotta waggle now. Waggle. Why can't... There we go. Finally, I can switch. And so, yeah, somebody in the chat is talking about the fact that, like, someone we know attempted to buy the game on one platform and use it on the other, and it didn't work, which is, you can't be surprised by that. Whenever a system, anything you've done on the computer is brand new, things are going to go wrong. But in theory, I really like the idea. I mean, certainly it sounds like a great idea for Microsoft. I mean, one of the biggest advantages in the console war is that they basically own the de facto alternative, which is PC, because there are very few games that on PC that are on any platform besides Windows, and so they've been feeling it for years. There's got to be something they can do with that. And they've tried initiatives that some that work better than others to try to take advantage of that. But this idea that you can buy the game on one platform and it works on every platform is great in theory if they can pull it off. And I certainly don't mind the idea of being able to play multiple places. Like I've been contemplating. Oh, here we go. So that little guy drops in there. I like the fact, by the way, that when you've got a key, they represent it physically as this robot that follows you around and then gets inserted. You can't forget the fact that you've got a key, But yeah, like right now, I'm contemplating: do I want to buy XCOM 2 again to be able to play it on PS4 or Xbox One? And because it's just coming out on console right now, and it's been out on PC for a long time. I got it on PC, and there's a part of me, a kind of a crazy part of me, that just wants to own it on every platform.
Production processes, while rare on Earth,
and so I would.
Crystalline structures we needed were in plentiful supply on Far East.
I definitely would consider it a massive value add if I could, buy a game on one platform that I like, and then have it on every platform that I need.
December 2083. It was good to rest, but even better to wake and see all the progress the core bots have made. The foundry is up and running, thanks to Victor, and exceeding core production targets. The pylons are ready for activation, and I've received news from the evacuation ships. They're safe, and about to start deceleration into the Far Eden system. Now that the communication lag is only days instead of decades, the mandate wants to send me a large data package. Firmware updates for the core bots.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure what they've created that they think will improve on my original design, but no matter. It's time for me to wake the other crews. I'm ready to tell them about Earth. Because now, for the first time, I truly believe Far Eden can succeed.
So the backstory of this game, by the way, is a cryo ship disaster. So you were sleeping on a cryo ship on your way to a place called Far Eden. And you woke up and you were the only one awake that you knew about. The whole place was taken over by crazy robots. And so the colony had it looks like the colony got started, but then got taken over by crazy robots. And so you can't be sure exactly what happened, but sort of figuring out the history of this and also just trying to survive in this landscape is what the story's about. I would love someday to do a genuine survival game, either on board a failed generation ship or, on a colony that's a lot like this with a, cryo ship disaster. I would love to do that kind of story sometime. So definitely caught my interest. Okay, these guys, the red guys tend to do damage over time. You gotta deal with that a lot. See, each of the sort of enemy attacks has some different way you need to respond to it. Like in the case of the damage over time, you gotta dash to blow it out. So usually it's pretty easy to take out all of the ports on those guys, but that guy was not giving me a good angle on him. Hey there, Streamclocks. I don't think I've met you before. So Kachaki says, don't feel alone, Orangutan, because I've got, I also own games on multiple platforms. I actually bought the original XCOM like 5 times to get it on different platforms, plus to get the expanded version, which was kind of ridiculous. But I love that game. I love how much fun she's having with this. So can I actually open this door? Maybe not. Okay, so that wasn't anything I could do. Let's try something else. Let's go back up here.
Let's go.
Cot Jockey says, oh, hey, the thing moved. Interesting. Cot Jockey says he's surprised this game didn't have any kind of multiplayer. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to really make a platformer multiplayer without risking some serious problems. Just because, you know, players are going to have different skill levels. You know, if I make it onto a platform but you don't, then what do we have to do? You know, being able to keep track of only one player position is pretty key for a lot of games like this. And competitive multiplayer would have been rough too, because it's, you know, aim isn't that important. It's all about lock-on, and it feels like lock-on in multiplayer is almost... It just feels like whoever starts firing first kind of wins, right? Oh, Streamclocks, that's why your name seemed a little familiar. It's because you were here when I was playing Diary of a Spaceport Janitor. Thanks for reminding me. Taylor says he owns 4 separate copies of State of Decay, which I definitely appreciate. I think everyone should do that. Okay, so that thing... I'm trying to get over there. Is there something else I need to do on the ground in order to make this work? There's nothing. I thought I would find something up here that was interactive that I just missed the first time around, but looks like not. I'm trying to remember it. I don't have any kind of like ground pound attack or anything, do I? Nope, just that thing that I accidentally did. And this is not something I can climb right now, I don't think. All right, what am I missing? So this is sort of your typical challenge in the dungeons in here. It's just sort of like trying to decode a room, figure out what it is you're trying to do. It looks like some kind of port. Oh, that's just where that thing goes after it gets up to the top. Okay, so let me take stock here. What do I have? Should I try to time it so that I'm still on that thing when it moves over? Or just turn around and use it again as soon as I get across it? Let's see if I can pull that off.
Jump on.
Oh, I think I know what I need to do.
Let's go, Seth.
I think I just need to not stop. I think all the timing will work out if I just do everything immediately. Haha! Feels good to get something like that right.
Hey, Kai, I see fire.
Must be the forge. Mag and Seth should be fine. Their frames have really high melting points. But you...
Got it. Don't touch the fire.
I love how they justify the fact they just didn't want to deal with having to navigate the robots around the fire. All right. So what's the pattern? Does it just go across the room? Do I just need to run over there and... Is that a climbable thing over there? Well, we'll find out. Not immediately. We'll wait first.
Your toes. Here we go.
Oh, what? Let's just take care of that immediately.
To me.
Okay, that's not a climbable thing. Oh, whoops. Crap. This is about to get really bad. Come on, enough forever. Okay. More? Just being over that fire seems to be a problem. Oh, this. Can't tell when it's red because everything's red. All right, so I don't even know if you can see it on your screens, but the these guys have shields that I have to take down. Oh yeah, he's got a shield right now. Ow, come on. Ah! Great. How much more of that do I have to do now? See you later, Cut Jockey. Wow, Cut Jockey just got off a 48-hour shift at work. You know, even in the game industry, I don't think I've ever had to work that long at a stretch. Oh yeah, one reason you guys can't see the ammo color I'm using is because I'm in the lower left corner of the screen. My webcam's in the lower left corner of the screen. Let me look and see if there's a better corner for me to be on, because the ammo color that I'm using is on a HUD element that's right behind my head right now. Alright, so we're here. Appreciate them not repeating the exposition, explaining what's up with the, characters. All right. So maybe the upper left is where I want to be. Let's see if this works.
Your toes. Here we go.
Oh crap. Let's take that guy out right now. Alright, so that worked. Let's, So one good thing about instant extracts is they heal you. So I probably should have saved that one that I had until I actually needed to heal. Okay, so apparently, yeah, even going over those things can be a disaster.
Take the shot.
Ah! Out. Okay, so I do get a little bit of time. Let's just take him out. I do get a little bit of time as these things are shifting to switch which one I'm standing on. So that's helpful. I was worried that I was gonna have to, yeah, do something more complicated. Freaking many of these things are there? So I don't have any yellow ammo, so I can't accelerate how quickly I'm destroying this guy. Okay. So that changed arbitrarily. Is the floor not doing the floor thing anymore? Looks like the floor's not doing the floor thing anymore. There we go. Alright. Ammo is not limited, but you basically have to stop firing for a second to cool it down. You see it's got that bar that goes down. When it runs out, I just have to stop, and it'll fill up again. I think mostly it's just there for the rhythm of the game, so it doesn't feel like I just need to always keep the right trigger down all the time. Makes it not be just, you know, I don't know, something that you have to do all the time and there's never a choice about it. Just doesn't feel good in a game.
Big ring in a big room?
That's it. Just put the prismatic core into the main console and we'll be all set.
Well, where am I going? There's a place. I'm not quite sure why I'm going here, but... There's a special kind of, like, faith you have in a video game that if something exists, there's a reason for you to do it. And so you just sort of do it and find out later why you did it. All right. This apparently, yeah, this might not be the actual way to get where I'm going. Yeah, I probably should have gone the other way. I don't know if I can get back this way. I can't. Squish. Alright. Maybe that was the way to go, maybe it wasn't. Not sure if I see a great alternative. That one right there looks like it's getting pretty close, but I'm not sure if there's a great way to... I guess we got the patience to ride this one the whole way and hope that it lines up right. Oh yeah, so I do not have a yellow firing module or whatever. Okay. So, oh my gosh! That just barely worked.
Over here, Seth.
All right.
Looks like the power cores are missing.
There ought to be an incubation chamber nearby. You should find plenty of cores in there.
This place? Well, let's just have the door open at random. Ow! Oh, that's what that does. Okay. Makes me waggle. I like that it puts the word waggle on the screen. What? Ah! All right. Check and see what time it is. About half an hour left. Why can I target these? Do I need to get yellow ammo to make them work or something? Huh. That looks like that's going to turn into a path he can follow eventually. Oh, there's a chest here.
Don't mind if I do.
Ah, rifle yellow affinity
ammunition
upgrade.
Nice.
Now I can shoot yellow at things. Green Lantern, beware. I wish that my different ammo colors just like did something fundamentally different. Like, I don't know, if yellow was good at taking shields out, or you know, something so that like I don't know, so there was sort of another layer to this.
Get him.
So that I might need to switch ammo types while fighting the same guy, or I don't know. Color matching just, I usually want there to be something a little bit more interesting than color matching. All right, where? There's that one. Already shot that one. There it is. It opens that door. Still feel like that's got to be something up there. Maybe I unlock whatever it is in here.
Hi, I'm in the incubation chamber.
What's it like? Must be
Well, most of the cores are gone. This whole place looks torn apart.
think the D-pad on this controller is a little bit unresponsive. I think that's why I'm having trouble switching ammo types. Sure hope nobody attacks me while I'm doing this. Weird, it said extract, but I don't think that was actually possible at that point. There we go. I got some common yellow extracted core. Now, this seems like something I should just thoughtlessly do. All right. It's a pressure plate. Is this a... What is it? What have I... Oh, that's what I'm missing. Why can't I extract that? It says extract. There it goes.
Found a power core. Just need one more.
So Strimclux, I don't think that different colors do more damage in different situations. I mean, different colors do more damage to characters that match those colors. And as far as I can tell, that's the only special thing about the colors. It could be that there's something I'm missing. You know, that there actually is some ramification to which color you're using that I don't understand yet. But oh, whoa, whoops. But yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, that's pauses it. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna have really good timing here. Whew! Alright. That felt downright magical.
That's 2. Let's head back to the analyzer.
Let's open the only door. Okay, here we go. Man, I would love to live or work in a building that was so smart that it just knew exactly what door it needed to open in order to let me through. What? Don't explode me, please. Ow. Is that an homage to the Phantom Menace? Okay. Okay. Ah! Now this giant jerk. What the? Huh?
Careful, guys. Rollers.
What does that even mean? What is happening? Yeah, man, I hate when, rollers happen. Why are those there? What is up? This one guy is kind of off a little bit. I want to figure out what's going on there. Why does this exist? Some kind of treasure up in here. Feel like I might be missing something. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. There we go. I said to use fancy platforming. Got some kind of blueprint. Oh crap! No, don't stop it! Oh my gosh, what was that? Ow! No! Nope. Nope. Getting stuck on top of a roller is really bad news. All right. Oh, Taylor, I forgot to respond to your comment on RimWorld. So, in RimWorld, it's like my favorite thing is sort of starting fresh in RimWorld. Like just building the beginning of a colony. I've never taken a colony far enough that I would be doing things like installing a lot of prosthetics on characters, because prosthetics are expensive. Installing them requires a high medical skill.
Let's check out that prismatic core.
And so I haven't really done much of it. So Taylor was saying that he's what is this? Taylor's been saying that he installed a mod that added a bunch more prosthetics to RimWorld. That sounds really cool if I was using prosthetics at all.
Let's see what makes you tick.
Yeah, so there's these cores that are sort of the power and also somehow maybe the heart of the brain maybe of a robot. I'm not sure exactly what role they play, but I've been finding these prismatic ones I've never seen before. I don't know what they are or what they're for.
Did you hear that? There were voices coming through the core. Maybe it's some kind of transmission from the ships in orbit.
All I see on my end is a wall of mandated encryption. I don't have enough compute power in my crawler to crack it.
Compute power?
But I know a place that does.
It is starting to feel a little bit like a, whoa, what the?
The core. It overloaded the analyzer.
You need to find a way to shut it off before it goes critical. The explosion could destroy the whole foundry.
Okay, I see some energy cells. They look like they're overheating.
Destroy them! Quick!
Hi, I did it. The analyzer's still going crazy.
There have to be
What the-
more cells on the other side of the room.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
It's okay, Seth. We can do this.
Holy crap, did you see that? Oh, that was ridiculous. the cutscene hit while I was up there, and it knocked me down to the ground. I don't even know if I'm in the right place now. Let's see here. Have I missed some? Uh-oh, my radiation, it's high. Oh no, what the? Are you freaking kidding me? Why is it bouncing off? Do I have to just be up there for it to work? Is it an arbitrary constraint that I have to be up there? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Yeah, stream clocks. I hope this is funny for people who are watching, because to me that was just a disaster. That was pretty painful. Just not being exactly certain what they wanted me to do, and yeah, having just little silly things go wrong. Because this is the kind of thing that I don't know. I just get the sense that the game came in a little bit hot. They fixed, you know, as many bugs as they could early on. I think what just happened is something that would have been caught and fixed. Oh wait, do I have to? Oh man. Oh, come on. Do not. Okay, good. I can skip the cutscene. Good. Well, now I know to wait on that cutscene.
The core. It overloaded the analyzer.
I mean, I'm sure that somebody discovered that the easiest way to, you know, shoot these things was to just get on the ground and run around them. And so somebody was like, rather than trying to find a, you know, maybe they just didn't have time to try to solve that in an elegant way. And so they're like, when you're on the ground, your shooting just doesn't work. It just bounces right off. Okay, do not jump.
There have to be more cells on the other side of the room.
It's okay, Seth. We can do this.
Again, this is the most awesome smart house I've ever been a part of. Yeah, I've ever imagined, like, exactly the door I need is always given to me. Okay, so now...
Let's go, Seth.
This time... There, that's all I needed. Tiny little jump at the end.
That worked. Energy level dropping.
Thought I'd lost you, Joel.
There we go.
So, where do you think we can crack the mandate encryption on the prismatic core?
Far Eden Tower. It was built to control the terraforming process, so it's got to have plenty of compute power. There's a tram and
Compute power? Not like computing power?
Alright, sounds good. Seth,
What?
let's go.
Why are we making up this word? So here's something that we can kind of learn about video game storytelling here is, you know, you've got, this is kind of, and this isn't just video games, you see this in movies a lot too. It's sort of the, kind of the automatic plot that you usually go for is we have this immediate goal, but to get it done, we have to go to this far-flung location and overcome this challenge. Okay, we overcame that. Oh my gosh! Like, okay, we overcame that challenge, and that revealed we have this new thing we need to do, but we need to go to this other far-flung location and do this other challenge in order to do the new thing. Like,
the foundry could produce hundreds of cores every month. From there, the cores would be boxed up and shipped all over Far East.
So, crates. What the? Oh no! Yeah. Okay, so that one turns around. Good to know. Oh wait, it's my friend. Sorry, friend. Anyway, it's like you see that in a lot of like action movies and stuff. That's just sort of like, it's kind of the automatic go-to story is, I got the applied phlebotinum to the Schmerp Tower. But now, that revealed this thing. That now I've got to go take the Schmerp that I got from the Schmerp Tower over to the phlebotinum lab. And it just kind of repeats like that. What am I climbing? What is even going on? All right. I'm on fire. She's on fire. This reminds me of Grand Theft Auto. All right. Oh no! Do not! Don't do that to me, you monsters. Why am I up here? Not exactly sure. I just kind of came up here. Okay, so. Oh, that kind of worked. All right.
Your toes. Here we go. Let him have it.
There we go. Now, in a game like this, but I should say, I'm sort of calling out the fact that the story of this game is doing a lot of very, familiar things. That isn't saying that it's bad. I should point that out. I mean, in any game, you decide what the game is about. And if your game is about exploring dungeons and solving puzzles, you don't necessarily need to have like a genre redefining story to make that work. You need to, sometimes what a game calls for is a thin excuse to be doing something cool. And a lot of times that's the role that the story plays. So that isn't an indictment of this game by any means. I think a lot of times when you have the opportunity to do something more interesting or surprising with a story, it's fun to take that opportunity. But it's not what a game necessarily needs, and I don't think it's a lot of people like to criticize games for not doing things that the game's never intended to do, and then make themselves feel very smart doing that. And that's not really the attitude that I have about it. I mean, certainly, we've been playing a lot of Seraph lately, right? And Seraph has got an extremely thin justification for the action. It's like, you're a cyber angel, and there's demons and fight. It's sort of as far as it goes, but it's kind of as far as it needs to go. I don't think the game is missing anything for having, some just minor dialogue and then blast stuff. In a game with production values that are as high as ReCore, it does kind of set you up to expect a little bit more sometimes, but I don't know. I like to kind of
Tram rail. This must be the place.
take games at face value, and let them sort of be what they want to be.
Yeah, Seth. That's quite a view.
Taylor points out how he likes how Sunset Overdrive would parody common storytelling mechanics. And yeah, and I do like the kind of thing too. I didn't get that deep into Sunset Overdrive particularly, but yeah, I like noticing stuff like that. But again, you know, you can take it too far. I think that, like, for instance,
The tram must be at the E-Tower. This console should call it back.
I have trouble watching, for instance, CinemaSins videos.
All right, now we wait.
Because they have this sort of attitude. Oh no.
I guess someone doesn't want us going to the tower.
This sort of smarter than thou attitude. Like, oh, I noticed a trope, or I noticed something familiar, therefore everyone's stupid and I'm smart. And that's not really the attitude I like to have. Am I hurting this? Not very much, certainly. Either my D-pad is busted or something else is wrong. Am I supposed to be doing anything besides what I'm doing? I mean, what I'm doing doesn't seem to be super effective. But I don't know what else to do. I forgot that I had this charge shot mechanic, not that it's necessarily doing much. Let's set him on fire. Actually, you know what? That might be the difference in the ammo types. I think that the charged shots for the ammo types do slightly different things. Oh, whoops. When do I count as having cleared a section of his health bar? So I feel like I must be missing something fundamental about this enemy. Because... yeah, it feels like there's no... okay, now he's blue. Yeah, it feels like simply having that much health couldn't possibly be what's special about this boss. No, it's just targeting me like that. I'm not sure what to do about it. Yeah, like, that thing is just stays attached. That laser just stays attached to me. Like, what can I do to oh, wait, there's probably obstacles. I probably just need to get behind an obstacle. You know what? There's an enemy just like that in Seraph. I just realized that. Man, it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm gonna beat this guy before I gotta get to work. Oh yeah, Taylor says the same thing. Get behind cover when laser points at me. I've gotten so used to just dodging and running around, I kind of almost forgot there was an environment. So, we'll make this work. I hope I don't have to take down that enormous health bar again. Big pet peeve of mine is enormous health bars on enemies, because, you know, I think that each enemy has a health level at which they're fun, you know, where you have just enough time to have a lot of fun with them before their health goes down and they die. You know, it's like, and we don't, like, if you give an enemy much more health than that, oh, where am I? If you give an enemy much more health than that, then they get boring. You know, they stop being interesting to fight really fast. And so,
this must be the place.
So I feel like the health level of an enemy, like, if that's not how you control difficulty.
Quite a view.
If you try to use the health level on enemy to control difficulty, what you're really controlling is boredom. You're deciding, how bored you want the player to get before they're done fighting the enemy. So you have to base their health
The
level
tram
on
must be at the E-tower.
on
This
how
console
fun
should
it
call
is
back.
to fight them. Like how long the enemy is fun to fight. Give them enough health that they last exactly that long and no
All right.
longer.
Now we wait.
And then if you want to change the difficulty,
I guess
increase the
someone
risk.
doesn't
Let them
want
do
us
more
going to the
damage to the
towers.
player. Make the player play more perfectly in order to succeed. So with guys like this who his main advantage is at least at this early stage, and he probably he gets more interesting later, but at this early stage, his advantage is that he's got this huge health bar. And that's just the only thing that's different about him. And that's not all that interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, did I just... What? I wasn't doing anything different. I guess I just wasn't dodging him as well as before? I felt like I was... Okay, so it looks like something that I'd missed before was the colored ammo was all doing less damage to him, but as long as I used the no colored ammo, that actually was taking his health bar down much faster. So I didn't even realize that was an option. I didn't know that having no, her having the white color or whatever could possibly be an advantage. So now I'll use that with him. That's great. Yeah, I don't know what the charge up for the white ammo type is, Taylor. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, one disadvantage of UI that is in the environment is that something can get in the way of the camera.
A tram rail. This must be the place.
Yep, tram rail.
Yeah, Seth. That's quite a view.
All right. Well, we'll try to get hit less this time.
The tram must be at the E-tower. This console should call it back. All right. Now we wait. Uh-oh. I guess someone doesn't want us going to the towers.
She doesn't seem that concerned about her life. It's almost like she thinks this guy's cute. It's like, oh, someone doesn't want us to go to the tower. Okay, so I'm gonna treat these attacks like they're actually serious business instead of ow. Oh crap, what's happening here? Okay. No, don't. Okay. Oh, is he fighting my buddy? Oh, really? Oh, come on. I'll just get off me. Nope, no. Oh, come on. Worrying about other things right now. I don't have time to deal with your crap. Oh, no! Ah, I was almost right there. One disadvantage of lock-on is sometimes don't feel like you got a lot of control over what you're shooting. What happened? Now he's yellow. Ow! What is that? Ah! What is happening? No, stop. Yeah, I'm not extracting that. Oh, ow, 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 ow. It's just happening constantly. What am I supposed to do about that? Yeah, I'm trying. All right. Oh, what the? Ah, didn't see that coming. Yeah, I know. Okay, so sometimes it says dash to extinguish, and I can't tell the dashing is actually doing anything. Oh, hello. Where are you? Wait, now he's red? Oh, this is who's been launching those things. Okay. What is that even? What are these bees? Ow. Ah! Oh my gosh! It's 8:06. I gotta go to work. Don't have time for this crap. Yeah, I think I gotta come back to this. I don't think I can, I don't have time to try to make that happen again. So... finish the loading screen. Can't quit in the middle of a loading screen. So, this game is fun. Like, jumping around, fighting these enemies, feels good. There's some, some flow to it. I like it. That was a little frustrating, but, it's a boss, right? Bosses can be frustrating. So, that's kind of how it goes. But, that's ReCore. So there you go.